We'll be starting here in just a moment. All right, everything I'm about to say, I will also be putting in the chat in case you don't hear it or miss it. But welcome to the Pennsylvania Virtual College Fair. So incredibly important to have you here virtually to get to know these institutions better and to find out maybe where your next step is after high school. These folks here are the experts. They're here to help to see if you are a good fit. So throughout this, please make sure you take down their contact information. They are happy to speak with you. That is what they do to find out, again, if you are a good fit. If you have a question during the presentation, please use the Q&A button. The Q&A button is at the bottom or top of your screen. They cannot see you or hear you, so that Q&A button is really important. You can sign up for more sessions in the future on strivescan.com. A recording of this, including everything in the chat, the Q&A, of course, the video and audio, will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. I will put all of that information into the chat for you. Again, thank you for being here, and thank you to our panelists. And with that, we are going to kick it off with Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Right. Hello, everybody. My name is Lance Marshall, and tonight I'm going to share just a brief presentation with you to help to introduce you to IUP. So to start off, IUP is one of the 14 state system universities. We are one of the larger schools in the state system. We're on the western side of the state, so we're about an hour and 15 minutes northeast of Pittsburgh. Like I said, we're one of the larger schools. We have over 10,000 students, and we're unique in the state system in that we are the doctoral granting research intensive university in the system. So there's quite a bit of active research that takes place at IUP, and that benefits you even as an undergraduate student in terms of research opportunities. We do get students from all over the country and all over the world. In fact, at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, we had more international students at IUP than the other 13 state system universities combined. So we really do have a nice, rich mix of students to study with at IUP. Next, we'll talk a little bit about academics. So we have over 120 different undergraduate degree programs. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the larger ones. So some of the larger programs are nursing, criminology, biology, business management, psychology. So those are some of the big dogs. Like nursing alone, we have over 900 students enrolled in nursing at IUP. We also have quite a few unique programs that may be of interest to you. Things like safety and environmental applied sciences. We have the first accredited safety science program in the country. We have programs like interior design and fashion merchandising, actuarial sciences, family and consumer science education, which is a tough one to find a lot of places now. Programs in nutrition and dietetics, if you want to be a registered dietitian. We have the culinary arts program, baking and pastry arts program. So a lot of unique opportunities at IUP in terms of majors. But like you can see, there's over 120 different programs. We also do have a special emphasis on exploring students. We don't call undecided students undecided, we call them explorers, and we give students the support that they need to help match their skill sets and their interests with different majors and then ultimately careers. So how does the learning environment work? Our student to faculty ratio is 17:1. Average class size is between 25 and 30 students. So you'll get to know your professors and they'll get to know you. They'll see if you're missing. So that helps to make sure that you're actively engaged in the courses. Lots of study abroad and national student exchange options, and plan to do an internship if you come to IUP. Over 3,000 students do internships every year, and those internships pay off. 73% of our interns are offered full-time positions. Let's talk a little bit about what there is to do in Indiana. So Indiana is a great place. It's a great college town. It's only 2 blocks from Philadelphia Street, which is the main street in downtown Indiana, to our student union building on campus. So it's very walkable, and it is an extension of our campus. A lot of great shops and restaurants downtown. We have about 30,000 residents in Indiana Borough and White Township, which is what surrounds campus. So it's a nice community. On campus, there's over 200 different clubs and organizations, so there's lots of things to do. We have Division II athletics, so it's great if you are an athlete and you want to play Division II sports. That's an opportunity, but also if you're a fan, there's a lot of great athletic competition to go watch at IUP. And as part of your student activity fee, you can get into all the regular season games free. We also have club and intramural sports. So if you want to get exercise, meet people, have fun, intramurals are a great way to go. And then a pretty broad range of campus activities as well in terms of cultural events and entertainment events on campus. This slide just gives you a brief overview of some of the ways that we support you as a student. So the key thing to know is if you have any struggles while you're here, there's going to be a lot of people to help you, whether it's academic or personal. There are lots of support tools for you at IUP. Now, just briefly, the application process. Right now, the only things we really need from you to consider you for your admission is the application itself, and there's no longer an application fee, and your high school transcripts. Those are the only things that we need if you're a high school student. If you're a college student, we would just need your application, your high school transcript, and then your college transcripts as well. Our application opens July 1st every year, and we do what's known as rolling admission, which means that starting on September 1st, we start sending out decisions, and then we make decisions every day on applications that are complete. You'll see some information about the average profile. Some majors, we really do encourage you to apply as early as possible. Things like nursing and speech language pathology and audiology. Also applying early is important for scholarships. The earlier you do it, the more likely that you're going to receive a larger scholarship. You'll see information on here about completing the FAFSA. We encourage everybody to do that. And then once you're admitted, you have until May 1st to submit your $150 tuition deposit. And from there, we work on the enrollment process. So that's basically how everything works. And this is my contact information. Please feel free to call me or email me anytime if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Keystone College. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Jackson. I'm an admissions counselor at Keystone College. I serve Southern New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and parts of Pennsylvania. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so Keystone College was founded in 1868. We were originally an institute for soldiers coming back from the Civil War. We are more so on the smaller scale. We have about 1,300 students here on campus, and one of the great things is that even with COVID, we allowed and had opportunity for our students to have in-person classes. We have an average class size of about 13 students. And then we also have 96% of our students do have the opportunity to receive financial aid. We do have the lowest tuition of all private schools within the region. For students who are on campus, you're looking about $29,200. And then for students who are off campus, it's typically about $17,300. We have a spacious 270-acre campus, which has about 7 miles of hiking trails, a stream pond, meadows, and also a sugaring shack. One of the great opportunities for our students is the fact that if they are a wildlife biology major, they have the opportunity to take classes and be in the back campus. So we have over 40 academic programs, and we've recently, within the last year, just added 5: financial planning, data analytics, supply chain management, esport and gaming, as well as public administration. So although we are a smaller school, we're constantly growing and constantly trying to make it better for our students here. And then another great thing is pretty much for every major that we do offer, we have a minor. So students are able to create their own type of education here at Keystone. So as I mentioned before, we have smaller class sizes. It's a great thing if you were interested into a smaller school, is the simple fact that students have the ability to not only get to know their peers on a one-on-one level, but also their professors. And majority of our professors, they actually worked in the field before they became professors. You'll have a lot of individualized attention. I always like to say you have a great opportunity to be a big fish in a small pond. We have personalized advising and career counseling. So we offer something called the Keystone Promise, which is after 6 months from graduating from Keystone, if you haven't received either a job offer or have been accepted into a graduate studies, you can come back to Keystone and take up to 12 credits for free. Also, real world experiences. As early as your freshman year, you have the opportunity to participate in faculty-led research or independent research, to do observational hours, as well as participate in conferences and even study abroad. We also offer tutoring and writing support, career services, disability services. We have a counseling and well-being center here on campus. And majority of our students here are first generation, typically athletes as well. So we have a lot of support from them, which is why we also try to keep our prices fairly low. We also have a campus ministry here on campus. And then we also have an online bookstore and then Action Empowerment Center to support campus diversity. So with a lot of things going on in the world, we also offer forums and for students and peers to come together and talk about the different issues that's going on. And then we also have a counselor here for LGBT community. If they ever needed any assistance or if they ever needed somebody to talk to, we have a lot of support for them as well. So we have over 30 clubs and organizations here on campus. One of the great things is the fact that, say there was a club that wasn't here on campus, all you would need is 2 advisors and then 8 signatures, student signatures, in order to start a club up. We have 18 Varsity Sports. We are Division III, which means that you can't receive a scholarship to play, but it gives you a greater opportunity to try out and play for the team. Every year we uphold 25,000 community service hours, and then we also offer 10 instrumental and vocal ensembles. So if you were ever interested in learning how to play an instrument or take singing lessons, or even if you were already a pro at it and you just wanted to continue on it, you would be able to do that as well, which is also open for the community. We hold 2 performances each year. So that's definitely something that is pretty interesting to get into. We also have leadership opportunities. And then for our freshmen, you are allowed to have a car on campus. It is $50 per semester, but say you didn't have an opportunity to bring a car on campus, we do offer a free shuttle, which can take you to Dixon City or Scranton if you needed to go to a mall, a grocery store, which is about 20-30 minutes away, or if you needed to go to the nearest train station or bus station to get home. So some of the great things about Keystone is, again, as I mentioned before, pretty much everyone will receive financial aid. We have scholarships available. Our GPA starts off at a 2.0, and even with that, you'll have an opportunity to receive some sort of scholarship merit award. Our transparent pricing, as I mentioned, the opportunities that you have here at Keystone, the fact that your professors will know you and pretty much know your name within the first day you arrive here, you'll have that. We are a very family-oriented school, which is pretty much great for, as I mentioned, first-generation students. We have a very diverse campus, clubs, athletics, leadership opportunities, and our students have a 98% success rate. So our admission timeline is you can apply on our actual website or through Common App, We only require transcripts. Even before COVID, we never needed SATs or ACTs. We also don't require recommendation letters or personal statements, but we do ask that you submit them just so we can get to know you guys better as a student. After that, you will go and file your FAFSA and then come in for a visit. Again, my name is Adrienne Jackson. My contact information is here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Moore College of Art and Design.
Excellent. Hello, everybody. My name is I'm an admissions counselor here at Moore College of Art and Design. Share a little bit about our school with you. My contact information is right there. So Moore was founded in 1848 as a textile design school, and we are the first and only women's art and design college in the country. So our founder, Sarah Worthington Peter, really wanted to ensure more women could enter the job force with the skills they needed to support themselves. But that being said, our current gender policy is as follows. We accept applications from all students who live as or identify as women, as well as those who identify as gender fluid, gender non-binary, or gender non-conforming. We really pride ourselves on being an institution with a long history of serving those individuals who have been historically underrepresented, especially within the arts. We are located in the heart of Philadelphia, right along Benjamin Franklin Parkway in Center City, if you're familiar. We're sandwiched right between the Academy of Natural Sciences and the Franklin Institute, and only steps away from the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which you might know from the Rocky Steps, as well as the Barnes Foundation, another major area museum. Philadelphia is a really culturally rich city, full of opportunities for our students, including internships, as well as more things like galleries, museums, and the like. Moore is a small school. We have about 400 students in our undergraduate programs and an 8-to-1 student to professor ratio. I find that statistic is really important to me as an artist, to really have that one-on-one time with your professors so they get to know your work and how you create as an artist. Each of our majors is also offered as a minor, with the exception of art education and film, and about 1/3 of our students add on a minor. So it's very easy to add on a discipline if you're interested in both graphic design and illustration. We also have additional minors in things like creative writing, business, and textile design. Your foundation year courses are taken together all as a class of your first years, including things like drawing and design, going especially into those, Adobe Creative Suite design elements, more traditional 2D design, as well as 3-dimensional design in your second semester. So including things like using our embroidery machines, our 3D printer, and things like that, as well as your Bridge to Major course, which is the first course you'll take within your chosen major in your second semester here at Moore. Moore is a very career-focused school, so we are the only art school in the country that offers a guaranteed paid internship to all of our students. Students complete their internship in the summer between their 3rd and 4th year, and our Career Center really works closely with our students to ensure they find internships that match with their creative career goals. So we really want to give our students a foot in the door to these places to have students receive that professional development and opportunities to work in their creative field before even graduating. We find that very important to their development. These are just some of the examples of where our students have interned. Of course, this is not comprehensive, but just to show how extremely wanted our students are and where they're working creatively in these industries. So to go quickly into what our application requirements are, we're looking for a completed and submitted application either through our online application or the Common App. We're also looking for your high school transcripts as well as a portfolio. That's of 8 to 12 pieces of your best work, typically between the past 1 or 2 years. Optional are SAT or ACT scores, personal essays, or recommendation letters. And that statistic on the right is one of my favorites. 100% of our students receive scholarships. So our highest scholarship is called the Visionary Women Honors Program. That's $22,000 a year. That's annual for the 4 years that you're at Moore. They have 2 different pathways, an academic path and a leadership path, and you'll be nominated for this award based on your application. So it's a really exceptional experience for our students to be able to build out their academic experience at Moore. So that covers a bit of the academic life. I also want to mention our active campus life. We have, these are just a few of the clubs that we have on campus. Our students are very involved in, many things creative, not only in their courses, but also in their personal lives. You're also welcome to begin your own club. As long as you have a few other interested students, you're able to work with our student affairs staff to create a club. And there's also funding available for that. If there's a conference or a museum that you'd like to take your club to, you have opportunities to do that as well. So just a few ways to connect with us. You're more than welcome to connect with us one-on-one. Us admissions counselors are really happy to do in-progress portfolio reviews as well. So if you're looking to apply with us this fall, we're happy to meet with you now and look at your current portfolio and give you some suggestions on how you might build it out for your final application. We're also present at our National Portfolio Days, of which there are a few more in the spring and will be plenty more in the fall. And we're also happy to have on-campus tours in person with our COVID precautions. We also have some virtual events that will be coming up this fall, including info sessions as well as portfolio boot camps, where you can work with our staff to create a portfolio ready piece online. And then at the bottom there are just some ways to contact us. So we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Western Colorado University.
Perfect. Let me just share my screen real shortly. Hello, buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alejandre. Yes, that's a little difference. No, I do not have two first names or last names. I go by Alex, though. I'm a regional director of recruitment for Western Colorado University, which is a 4-year public liberal arts institution that's located at the hearts of the Rocky Mountain in Gunnison, Colorado. We serve over 3,000 students, so 3,400 to be exact. 3,000 of them being undergraduate, 400 of them being graduate students. Now, like I mentioned, we are located in the southwest corner of Colorado. So that's about 4 hours south of Denver. Now we're in a very neat location. So we have Crested View, which is about 30 minutes north of town. Crested View, I wouldn't say it's your typical mountain town that has been taken by tourists, but I'll be honest, it is kind of like a tourist attraction. There's a lot of restaurants. It has a closely theater to us. There's a lot of restaurants. There's students can ski and snowboard on Mount Crested View, which is a big attraction for a lot of the students at Western. You can also mountain bike and also hike and fly fish as well. We do have Harmons, which is about 5 miles south of town. It is the largest outdoor recreational area in Colorado. It's over 8,000 acres. And students, that's where a lot of your outdoor activities will take place. So mountain biking, hiking, rock climbing. If you have a dirt bike, you can ride there. That's also a shooting range. It's a popular hangout spot as well for a lot of students at Western. And the last one is Blue Mesa, and Blue Mesa is 10 miles west of town. It is the largest body of water in Colorado, so 20 miles long, and that's where your water activities will take place. So boating, paddleboarding, fishing, ice fishing, or you can have a nice carne asada and nice barbecue on a hot Saturday evening. Golly, it hits the spot. So in a way, in your Colorado adventure things to do, like I say, it's a very neat location we're in. Now, like I mentioned, we are a public liberal arts institution. We offer over 100 areas of studies. Average class size is 17. 71% of the professors have 20 more degrees, and 70% of the classes are taught by a full-time professor, meaning that someone's fully dedicated to your education. Yes, they're still doing research on the side, but they're fully dedicated to success. So you can talk to them before and after class, and you'll get to connect with them at a deeper level. Now, some of the programs, top 5 programs that we offer on our campus is business, computer science, biology. I would say actually anything with outdoors. We are surrounded by 1.7 million acres of public land. So anything with biology, recreational education, environmental sustainability, I would say those are some of our bread and butter. But like I said, we also do offer computer science and engineering, mechanical engineering. We actually were gifted about $80 million to build computer science, mechanical engineering, a school that's already completed. It's school where we have 2 cohorts on that school already. So like I said, we have a little bit of everything. Now, we are dedicated to success. For example, each student is going to be assigned academic advisor in their field. That advisor will guide them from their first year to your last year at Western. You'll meet with them as many times as you need to go over internship opportunities, class scheduling, and anything else that you might need help with. We also have a math, writing center, free resources, disability services. If you need anything or you need some accommodation, Cheyenne Chair from Disability Services will work with you, or whoever needs to be involved in order to make sure you have all the resources to be successful at Western. Now, like I mentioned, there's always something going on, not just off campus, but also on campus. We have over 50 clubs on campus. Those are student-led clubs that students want to see happen. All it is to make it happen, we'll just propose idea at student government, and then student government will fund that club. Now, student government allocates over $350,000 in all the clubs at Western. So like I said, there's always something going on. We have a little bit of everything. We have academic clubs that run in conjunction with an academic program like psychology, sociology club, pre-med club, and then you have your passion and interest club, which is explanatory. Now, cost of tuition for out of state is going to be over $18,000. That's definitely below the national average. 80% of students receive Psych-Up aid, and then also 100% of the students are considered for merit aid. Now, our merit scholarships are a positive, and they go off your GPA. For fall 2021, we're going off your GPA. We hope to continue being test optional moving forward, but it's still up in the air whether we will or not. But like I said, those scholarships are upon acceptance, and they range from $8,000 to $10,000 a year for 4 years. A renewal scholarship that you'll receive all 4 years, like I mentioned, as long as you maintain the GPA of 2.75, which all the resources, everything that we offer on campus, it should not be a problem. Now, how do you become a Mountaineer? How do you apply to become a Mountaineer? You can apply to the common application, which is accepted of a lot of universities across the nation. You can also apply to the Western application. The only thing that we'll need for fall 2021, because we are currently still taking applications, we have a roll on admissions, it's just your application and your transcripts. Like I said, if you do decide to apply to the Western application, there is an application fee of $30. Definitely reach out to me or reach out to the admissions office at Western. We'll give you that promo code to waive that fee. Now, if you're below our 50th percentile of students get admitted to Western, one of the things we recommend is submitting any material that will help support your application, whether that's a letter of recommendations, personal statements, your resume, anything that you provide for us, we'll look at before we place the decision. Like I said, we are going test optional for fall 2021, and we hope to continue that. And we are currently taking applications for fall 2021. Now, one of the biggest recommendations is visit campus. I know it's very hard right now with COVID, but if you can, I would strongly recommend visiting campus. We are hosting visits Monday through Friday and Saturday upon request. Those visits include information session, a campus tour, and then if you want to meet with a coach, a professor, whoever it might be, we can definitely make those arrangements as well. You can go to western.edu/visit to schedule a campus visit. Now, if you can't make it at campus, that's totally fine. We have virtual events coming up this spring and also in the summer and hopefully in the fall. You can go to western.edu/recruitment events to check those events as well. That's all the information I have for you. Thank you so much for staying tuned. My contact information is in this slide. You can reach out if there's anything I can help with. Also, the admissions contact information is on this slide as well. But thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie. I'm an admissions counselor at Ramapo College. I'm also an alum of Ramapo. Ramapo is a 4-year public liberal arts college. We are strategically located right in Bergen County in New Jersey, so northern New Jersey. We're in a pretty suburban area located in the town of Mahwah. We have one academic complex on campus with interconnected wings, and we're on about 300 acres. We're only about 45 minutes from New York City, so we're really close to the city and also just the general location. So on average, we have about 6,000 students on campus, a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio, average class size of about 21 students. The largest class that you'll ever see at Ramapo is 35 students. So even in your first year, on average, you'll have 21 students inside of your class, so very small personal classes. There's no lecture halls. We are the smallest 4-year college in New Jersey. However, like I said, we do have about 6,000 students. So we're a medium-sized school. We're not too big and we're not too small. Ramapo in general enrolls a diverse student body with a 42% new student diversity rate. There are over 40 countries represented in the entire student body, and just in the incoming first-year class, there are 9 states and 6 countries represented. So not only does Ramapo enroll a diverse population, but with an 88% retention rate, students stay at Ramapo and they also graduate on time. There are over 100 different majors, minors, and concentrations to choose from within our 5 academic schools. The Anisfield School of Business, which is AACSB accredited, the School of Contemporary Arts, Humanities and Global Studies, Social Science and Human Services, as well as Theoretical and Applied Science. Some of our most popular programs include nursing and biology, communications and music production, psychology and social work, management and accounting, as well as education. We also offer multiple articulated programs with outside institutions. Most of these programs are early acceptance programs that you can apply to as a prospective first-year student. These include an art therapy program, dental medicine with LECOM, a law program with Seton Hall Law, optometry, osteopathic medicine, pharmacy, and physical therapy. We also offer 10 graduate programs along with new 4+1 programs, which allow students to complete a bachelor's and a master's degree in only 5 years of full-time study. There are many different academic opportunities available at Ramapo, including our college honors program, career and internship fairs, on campus. Right now they're virtual, as well as over 1,000 internships specifically located in New York City. We also have internship opportunities that are located in the surrounding Mahwah area. And also each academic school includes a pathway program. This program provides resources and prepares students to apply to internships, graduate school, or to enter the job market. We also offer over 500 study and intern abroad programs in over 60 different countries. So a little bit about campus living. We are rated as having the #1 dorms in the state of New Jersey. They're all suite style, so there's no communal bathrooms. We also have 2 apartment complexes on campus for upperclassmen, and all of these residence halls are within walking distance to the academic buildings. Each residence hall includes a semi-private bathroom, air conditioning, heat, high-speed internet. As a first-year student, you can have your car on campus and you can even pick your own roomie. There are multiple ways to get involved, whether it's being involved in a club, student leadership program, fraternity, sorority, or professional honor society. We have over 100 different clubs, including cultural, academic, religious, recreational, entertainment, political, and social and special interest groups. We also have 18 Division III sports teams, as well as intramural and club sports. And if you are interested in something and we don't have it as a club, you're more than welcome to form a club. All you need is about 7 students to do it. A little bit about application requirements. So all you need is your application for admissions, your high school transcript. On average, we look for about a 3.4 GPA and a 4.0 scale. 2 letters of recommendation are preferred, but only 1 is required. And then we do accept AP and IBHL credit as well as dual enrollment credit. Right now, we are test optional for fall 2021 and 2022. It is still required for our joint programs that I mentioned earlier, the articulated programs with outside institutions. Now, there's a few deadlines that you should know. Students applying for freshman admission are offered the choice of applying for early decision, that's binding, early action, which is non-binding, or regular decision. Students that are applying to the nursing program or wish to be considered for merit-based scholarship and biology must apply by December 15th. It is a very important deadline to know because you will not be considered for merit-based scholarship past that deadline. So Ramapo has received recognition and a number of awards for value and return on investment. Many students are able to receive financial aid, scholarships, grants, and other financial sources to help reduce and pay for tuition. First-year applicants are considered for merit-based scholarship, like I mentioned, as long as you submit your application by December 15th. That scholarship is based on academic performance and your potential to become active members of our community. We also offer an out-of-state housing grant to out-of-state students. That's $6,000 per year as long as you live on campus. And then we also freeze your tuition for all 4 years. So that means that your tuition will stay the same all 4 years. It will never increase. And that's specifically for out-of-state students. So again, my name is Kerry. I primarily work with all out-of-state, international, and Bergen County inside of New Jersey. You can contact me by email or phone, and I'll add my contact information to the chat. Thanks everyone for coming tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have James Madison University.
Hello, thank you all so much for joining. Give me 1 second to pull up the screen share. All right. Well, I'm so excited to spend some time with you this evening and talk to you about James Madison University located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. My name is Chris Gothard. I am your admissions counselor. I am also a proud JMU alum. I graduated class of 2019 studying political science and was also part of the Honors College. If you have not already done so, I do encourage you to scan that QR code in the bottom right corner to join our mailing list, or you can visit j.mu/info. As you'll see tonight, our focus here at JMU is on the undergraduate experience. We have unique opportunities that are reserved for our undergrads. Our academic and student life support is designed for our undergraduates. Students at JMU receive individualized attention from their faculty members, as our professors' true passion is teaching and educating their students. Let's get you acquainted with us a bit more. We are a public state school with a total enrollment of approximately 22,000 students, 20,000 of which are undergraduates. Despite our large student body, we definitely maintain a small school feel and a strong sense of community. This is evidenced by our small class sizes, which average 25 students. And in fact, only 12% of our classes have more than 50 students. Additionally, 98% of classes at JMU are taught by professors as opposed to graduate assistants or teaching assistants. We recognize that college is an investment, so we have you learning from the experts in your courses. We do have Division I varsity sports teams here at JMU. Game days are super exciting and the school spirit here is totally unparalleled. That's why we are the #1 most recommended school by our students. I also think that's why we have such a high freshman retention rate at 89%, almost 10 points above the national average. JMU does offer 164 different undergraduate academic programs that are organized into several different colleges. Much of the learning here at Madison does take place across different academic disciplines, an environment of collaboration and innovation. Also, many of our students choose to double major or major and minor or 2 minors, whatever you can handle is certainly available to you. In addition to your major, all JMU students will complete a common core of classes that we call general education courses. This is a 41 credit hour program. If you are unsure about what you'd like to study, our undeclared students do have a little bit extra support and they can access that in our academic advising office. All students have until the beginning of their sophomore year to declare a major. Now that you know a little bit more about us, let's talk about how you can get here to JMU. We do have 2 application deadlines, a non-binding early action process and a regular decision process. Students simply need to submit a completed application and an official copy of their high school transcript with the senior year schedule included on that. Letter of recommendation, personal statement, extracurricular involvements, standardized test scores are all completely optional to submit. Once we do have your completed application, we will begin reviewing your materials. Our primary focus here at JMU is on your academic performance, which will break down into 2 categories. 1, the strength of your course curriculum, and 2, your final grades in your core classes. We will ideally see some AP, IB, dual enrollment, honors level classes if they are available to you, and are looking for mostly A's and B's in those core classes. Additionally, we do prefer 4 years of English, 3 to 4 years of a foreign language, 4 years of social science, 4 years of a lab science with 1 year being a physics or at a college level. And then we require 4 years of math with at least 1 year beyond an Algebra 2 level. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are located in Harrisonburg, Virginia, which is in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley. To give you some perspective, Harrisonburg is 2 hours from both Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. There is an abundance of outdoor adventure opportunities in this area, and our students certainly thoroughly enjoy taking advantage of all that is offered. You will notice my contact information at the top of this page. Please screenshot this, take a picture, write it down, whatever you need to do to have it available to you. I am here to be a resource for you, and I hope that you'll take advantage of that and reach out with any questions, comments, or concerns. If you did not get a chance to join our mailing list, please do so now at j.mu/info. And with that, I'll pass it back to Christy. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Actually, if everyone could come back onto the screen, I'm going to share. In the same order that you presented, if you could answer, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process, starting with IUP?
Okay, so my best advice, #1, you're doing the right thing already, doing some sort of initial research, but then plan to do some college visits. It's vital to see the campus and sort of get the feel and make sure that it's a good fit for you. So visit campus, and just a plug, we do have on-campus visit programs taking place now.
Okay, great. That was great advice. I definitely want to point on definitely visit the colleges that you're interested into. Do your research, figure out what you're looking for in a college, and even so, use the resources that are offered to you, whether it's your guidance counselor, a teacher, or even us, your admissions counselor.
And to go off that, I would say absolutely look up and try to get in contact with current students if you can. We can absolutely tell you everything we know about our universities, but obviously to get the true student experience, it would be great to talk to a current student. So I know we offer opportunities to set you up with a Zoom call with our current students. I'm sure many of my colleagues here do as well. So take the opportunities that when you can to talk to students who are there right now.
Gosh, my biggest piece of advice is to apply for scholarships. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it is about, yeah, I mean, it's about what type of school you're looking for, but the biggest thing is how you're going to pay for that school. So make sure you talk to all those reps or all those admissions counselors, know about their institutional scholarships, and then also get to know your counselors, your high school counselors, because they probably know all those local scholarships that you can apply for. And yeah, just take advantage of all those scholarship opportunities.
All of that is really great advice. I'm going to add on, know your deadlines. Especially for the schools that you're really interested in, that you have high interest in, because I really do hear a lot of the time of students that miss deadlines and they're really upset about it. So really know your deadlines. That's in regards to application deadlines as well as scholarship deadlines too.
And I'll just add that fit is one of the most important parts of this process, finding a school that is a good fit for you. And the best way to do that, get on campus, reach out to the admissions counselor, what everybody already said. So do those two things and you should really be able to get a good gauge on whether that university, whether that college is going to be the place for you for the next 4 years.
All right, fantastic advice. These folks are the expert, and like I kind of led at the beginning of this, is reach out to these folks because they are here to help you. That is what they do. It's what they know, and they can hook you up again with whether it be a tour or actually speaking to current students. Everything that they do is to help to make sure it is a right fit for you. So thank you for being here, panelists, experts. Thank you so much for your knowledge and sharing it with our audience, the folks that were here live and the folks that are, of course, watching this after it was recorded. When you leave here, there is a quick survey that is incredibly helpful to us. Sign up for more sessions, definitely in the future, and a recording of this, including everything in the chat, the audio and the video, will be available within less than a week at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. And that information is also in the chat for you. Best of luck to the students or the parents that are out there watching. And thank you again to our counselors and our representatives, all the panelists here, for their expertise and for working so hard and making sure that students find the right fit for them. So thank you again and have a great night.